Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to follow us over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying these reviews, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Up to episode 13 in Amphibia, it's just more funny. The comedy it's perfection. If you just want a funny show, you can't beat Amphibia. I'd put that up against any show in the last 4 or 5 years of consistent comedy that always makes me laugh. There's been a laugh out loud moment in every single episode, if not multiple times. And this one's no different. And this one's dating season. And I thought to myself, well, how are they gonna do this one? Because that's always like a weird, touchy subject. But within the context of the world, it's funny and it makes sense and has a good message and it's kind and it's sweet. This is a great episode. I love it. But we're gonna jump right in. It's Sprig and Anne just kind of walking around the forest, just going on their little random adventures, and they come across like a little fake person. It's like a gourd, but it was set up as like a ambush. And this girl jumps out of the tree and attacks Sprig, but they're kind of like messing around and playing around. I'm like, oh, who's this girl? Her name's Ivy, and I guess her and Sprig have been friends for like a super long time, like ever since they were little. And she's super nice and kind, even though they're doing like this weird kind of like, oh, I'm going to sneak up on you and attack you. She has a sweetness about her. She has a kind voice. I like this character. She's really cool. But Anne's like, they're like, oh, hey, introduce me. And this is young girls. They love the relationship stuff. And she's like, oh, hey, Sprig, that girl's pretty cute. And Sprig's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I love it because it's what everyone does, especially like in television shows when you get the pairings and the matching people together, the ships.
Well. She's kind of cute, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And she's like, well. She keeps saying it over and over again. And they can't help but, people like to embarrass people when it comes to like dating or, they have a crush on someone. And of course, Anne can't wait to talk to everyone else about it. Oh, Sprig was hanging out with this girl. She's super cute. Oh, and then of course the grandpa's like, oh, what was her? Her name's Ivy. I think it's Sundew or something. And he can't be any happier because it's like, oh, we got to get this special courting kit. And if they get together, it's good for us because her family's rich. They have like these special seeds and produce that we could have, and it's going to secure our family for generations. Here's the thing. That's not a reason to be with someone. It's very medieval, arranged marriages, that kind of stuff. But the Hop Pop can't wait for this to happen. But I guess there is a ancient ritual of like, there's like the firefly dance, and if you finish the dance, then you can be married. So he wants to get his grandson all set up, and it's very, I like this picture. It's very classic. This would be like their classic literature, the way that they're drawn. They're drawn like real frogs, which is what they don't really look like. But Anne's like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this. She's like totally into it because they just love being matchmaker. They love like, oh, let's see these two people get together, and oh, let's match them up. Let's get them to go out. We got continuity. I can't believe that this show has actual real continuity, and other shows don't seem to have that, even when they're like action adventure shows. But Sprig's like, I'm not gonna marry her. We're just friends. I don't like her that way. And he's like, hey, I'm already engaged to that other girl, because remember the grandpa promised him to her to like in that the previous episode. She's like, yeah, she even gave me this ring. And it's like this like little demon fire ring. He's like, yeah, that's supposed to be. He's like, forget about her. We're moving on to Ivy because her family's rich.
Besides, I'm already engaged to Maddie, right? She gave me this nifty ring.
Forget her.
The Hop Pop's not a good person. At least when it comes to this, he's kind of a greedy guy. And the only one who has any damn sense in their head is Polly. She's like, yeah, that's so romantic, Hop Pop, to get married for business reasons. But Anne has all of her teen magazines about like love and relationships, and those things are just awful. Especially not even just for bad relationship advice. If you don't even look at things like Teen Vogue, because they're just some of the most disgusting things I would even, not even for adults, but these are being targeted like teenagers. It's ridiculous. But Anne's like, oh, look right here. It says 9 out of 10 relationships start out as just friends. Like, she just loves this because it's like you get to be like your little plaything. And people's hearts and relationships shouldn't be used that way. And I think that's like the message of this episode. But they can't help it because they're totally into this. And even Sprig's like, wow, these magazines, do they ever lie? They never lie. And it's Cat Bat has a baby. Very National Enquirer, Bat Boy found in cave.
Wait, what, really? And you trust these things?
Definitely. Magazines never lie.
But Sprig's like, I don't know about this. Maybe she is my, long lost soulmate or whatever. Then Hop Pop's like, oh, it's already asked their family for like a formal date. So like he was already sending out a letter before he even agreed to it. He gets it back and they agree for them to go out, and that was just terrible. Two people should decide if they want to go out and have a date and be together, not the families decide. And I just love the quick little jokes. Because it's being delivered by a giant mosquito, and he's reading the letter. He's like, oh, get out of here. Oh, you want your tip? Okay, you can have a little bit of blood. I got chores to do. Don't take too much. So that's how you pay him his tip. You let him drink some of your blood. And a mosquito this big could probably drain your whole body and kill you.
Oh, your tip. All right, here you go. Don't take too much, though. I have chores to do later.
Well,
But they have to get ready for the dance, and it's like they put Sprig like in the old timey medieval big old poofy pants and the white makeup on your face and make you look more pure. But they're loving it. They're getting it all ready. We see Ivy's all dressed up the same way, the big powdered wigs and everything. And her mom is the lady that was the restaurant owner from the last episode. I love that. I love the fact that we got to meet characters before we get to actually know who they are. And they had voices and personalities. We got to know that lady, her mom, well before we figured out, oh, she's going to be part of the actual story. That's how you introduce a character. You don't just drop them in the middle of an episode and then they just disappear. I don't know, kind of like Kantara. But this is how you do it. And this is supposed to be a comedy show. And they did a way better job than the action adventure show. They get them all ready and they're like, oh, you guys go meet each other, go dance. And they're just titillated. They can't wait for them to be together. But it's so awkward. There's nothing more awkward than that forced blind date that neither party wanted to go on. And they're like, oh no, you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. Don't do that. But by God, with your friends or whatever, don't force them to like go out with someone because it just makes everything awkward. And the chances of anyone having a good time are slim to none. So they're just awkward. Like, hey, you look nice. Oh yeah, you too. Because they're just used to just being friends and not like in this weird kind of courtship. Ivy's mom and Hop Hop are both they just can't wait. And they're like, oh, Sprig looks like a hard worker because I need another worker for my restaurant. So that's the only reason why she wants her daughter to marry him. So she has like another set of hands. That's so bad. That's awful. And Hop Hop's like, yeah, then I'm going to get access to all your family's like seeds and stuff like that for my farm. And then he goes to shake her hand and she pulls like a little napkin out to shake his hand because she still thinks he's dirty and like worthless. But just to get another hard worker for her restaurant, she's willing to like sacrifice her daughter. Even though Sprig's not a bad person, but he's still just a kid.
And I'll get the seeds to those sundew vegetables.
Agreed.
And there's Anne. Oh, that's so good, so cute. It's so nice. I can't wait for them to be together. This is a formal dance. So like they have like an announcement. I like this gecko guy. He's kind of has a cool design. They're like, oh, we got 2 love doves in the audience tonight. Ooh, then everyone's like looking at him and stuff. Don't make a spectacle of people. No, nobody likes this. Nobody enjoys that. And he's like reading off like the notes. Oh, for Spring, you're gonna message from your grandpa. He says, don't mess it up for the family. So everyone there knows this is kind of like a sham wedding, and it's just like awful.
Obadiah Planter says, Sprig, don't mess this up for us. And Felicia Sundew would like Ivy too. Have a great courtship. Wink. It says wink here. Love, Mom.
But then they start dancing and everything, and it's just awkward and weird because they don't want to do this. Then they decided, we're going to skip this. We're going to just run off. So they go off into the woods, and Anne is like watching them like a freaking creeper with the pair of binoculars. It's like, ooh, they're running off into the forest together. Ooh, it's so ooh. Ivy's mom and Hop Pop are like, oh no, if they don't finish the dance, they can't get married. So they're like, oh no, we can't let this happen. And even Anne's like, 9 out of 10 people stay up late at night for like romantic things that they never finished. And she's like, I can't let them do that. We've come too far. And again, Polly's like, or we can let them do what they want because we shouldn't be interfering with their like love life. But they, Sprig and Ivy run off to like, they go look at the fireflies. And it's beautiful. This is a beautifully animated scene. You see them all floating and everything. And it is a very kind of romantic situation. But
Wow.
Man, this is way better than that stuffy old dance.
But of course, Ivy likes to ambush Sprig all the time, and they do like their little stick fight, sword fight. So they do that, and they're all like fighting and playing. And I thought this was weird. I don't know. They find all their like party clothes all thrown all over the place, and they're looking for them. I'm like, that's a little odd. I don't know. I just thought that was weird because like, what are they getting naked? But they still have like their regular clothes. And they see the love doves. They're like these beautiful, majestic animals that mate for life, and they're like, oh, it's so gorgeous. Hop Up's like, oh no, love doves. Anne's like, what are you talking about? They're supposed to be beautiful. He's like, yeah, they're beautiful and majestic. They spend their whole lives together, killing every living thing they come across.
Yeah, and they spend that life massacring all living things.
So like these beautiful things are like monsters. Oh, it's so funny because like the juxtaposition of these, you just look at them, the way they hold each other and everything is very romantic, but like they're also gonna eat and kill you. They see them, so they like dive down to attack them. But as they're flying through the air, they do like this lover's embrace. They're like, oh, it's so beautiful. And then it gets scooped up.
Beautiful.
I love this show so much. It's so funny. We get back to Sprig and Ivy, and they're just enjoying themselves being friends. And I thought this was really sweet. Sprig's like, wow, look, there's purple fireflies. That's really cool.
Hey, purple ones.
Oh yeah, those are babies. I read that they're purple so the moms can find them if they get lost.
What? That's adorable.
I like this girl. This Ivy girl she has such a sweet voice, and she's kind and genuine. Like, it's just, I like this character. Just meeting her in this very first episode, I really like her. But they see that their families have been scooped up by these love doves, and they're gonna get killed. It's like, we gotta go save our families. They take off. The love doves dump them in like their nest, and of course their nest it's all pink and beautiful. But it's like, this is where they kill all their food. They get like spit on with like this goop. They freezes them in place. And it's funny because after every like act of like what a monster would do, they have like a lover's embrace. They're like rubbing on each other's faces and everything. And it's like, well, they're not going to eat us. No, they're going to let us marinate in the fear. that is such like that's such an evil thing. That's what the clown, does. You let you like your fear makes you taste better. So these things do the same exact stuff. I absolutely love this scene because it is everything wrong with the world and everything wrong with cartoons. Anne's like pulling out her magazine. She says, right here, our relationships are the only thing that defines us. Are the only thing.
It says here that our relationships define us and nothing else.
Nothing else.
No, your relationship is an important part of your life, but it isn't what defines you. Are you a good person? Are you kind? Are you generous? Did you kick puppies? Those are the things that define you as a person, not the person you're with. Like Stephen King said about the Twilight book series, it was a story about how important it was to have a boyfriend. And exactly, no, that's why that story sucked, and why most modern literature for young people and cartoons focus on the relationship, focus on the shipping, focus on all the things that don't really matter to a character. But you have all the sensationalism. Look how this episode was. Look how Anne and Hop Hop, how they were reacting to it. It was like they couldn't get enough of it. But it was never them. It was other people because we like to control. I just love that message. It's a small little part, but it just shows everything. And then Polly just says, you idiots, we're all in this mess because you guys kept wanting to play matchmaker. And then Anne's like, yeah, I know. I'm completely not at fault here. It's so good. What are you talking about, dummy? It was your magazine that, pushed Sprig to even give this a shot because you convinced him. Then she eats the magazine, like she totally destroys it, and then it was like, I don't know, like the one ring, and she's like, I feel like a weight has been lifted off me, like I've been set free.
Ow, I feel lighter somehow. More free.
Exactly, those stupid magazines, just throw them away. Sprig and Ivy jump in to save their families, and then they have like their heart-filled goodbyes. This happens all the time in cartoons, and it's kind of funny they brought this up because the love doves show up and they're still in the nest. Polly's like, save the heartfelt apologies so we're safe. Don't do it right now. Wait till we get out of here. But in most shows that they never do that. So Ivy and Sprig are gonna fight off the love doves, and Sprig does what Ivy did. Like, she's like, okay, on 1, 2, but he's already gone. He was like setting up an ambush. Ambushes work better when you don't scream him out. But he jumps on the male one, knocks him out. And then she knocks out the female one. But like they fall on top of each other like in this lovers kind of like fall. And they even appreciate the way they look. They're like, oh, even when they're knocked out, they're still so majestic and beautiful. This thing's just trying to kill you. Just leave them alone.
Amazing. Even in defeat, They're majestic.
Ivy and her mom leave, and then it leaves them like, okay, everything kind of worked out. I like this ending scene because this has happened like in a bazillion different kinds of things. As she's walking away, Ivy's waving to Sprig, and they're kind of like, oh, see you next time. Yeah, see you around. Sprig has that kind of like smile on his face, and then Anne's like, yeah, you just fell in love with her, didn't you? Oh, yeah, I did. And that's the end of the episode. What a fun episode. The love doves are hilarious. I love the juxtaposition between this absolutely deadly animal that will kill you and eat you, and won't eat you till you've had enough fear in you. That is such an evil thing. And they're so beautiful at the same time. I just love that. That's so funny. And the overall message of, there's nothing wrong with thinking, oh yeah, you might want to go out with this girl or this guy. It's funny that it was a boy-girl relationship. I can't believe I even forgot to mention that. I thought the cartoons could only have female-female relationships, but they seem nice. I like them. I think Ivy's kind and sweet, and Sprig's a good guy. He's kind of a dunderhead, but he has a good heart. I like this. I like this dynamic between them two because they seem to really do enjoy each other's company. Even though that's true, you shouldn't force them to be together. And I think that's the lesson here is let people be. If people want to be together, they'll get together. You don't need to like, I have to give them that push. Don't do that. Comedy's on point. 13 episodes in, every episode has a laugh out loud moment. I really do like this show, and I can't wait to get on to episode 14. So stay tuned, stay subbed, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you guys on the next review.
Beautiful!
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.